Stop taking trading so seriously. And what if I told you that the reason why you are not profitable in trading is actually that you're taking it too seriously? This video is gonna be more my story, and I hope it will help you in some shape or form. So it's not scripted, it's not planned, it's just me sitting in my apartment, and I had this thought and about myself, and I realized, you know what, maybe other people struggle with the same thing as I was, and I still do sometimes. So maybe if you stop treating trading so seriously, like it's just to make it or break it, like you're going to die, maybe that's the moment when you're actually gonna be profitable. Now, have you ever realized that when you really want something in your life? Now, by the way, I'm not an expert in, psychology or anything, but this is pretty common because I believe a lot of people's got the same similar thoughts, or you have these similar feelings. Have you ever realized that when you really want something in your life, whatever it might be, money, relationship, business you want to start, maybe you want to graduate, I don't know, whatever it might be for you, what happens is the more you want it, the more further it's getting away from you. Have you realized that? Like, you just want it, and you just cannot grab it. Like, it just keep getting away from you. Even the girl, you really want the girl to be your girlfriend, and the more you want the girl, the more she don't want you. Have you realized that? I'm sure you did, because I definitely did. But the moment I switched from, let's bring it to girls because that's the easiest example for me compared to trading, because everything is the same in life. It's just the different situations. The moment I switch from I really want girls, and I said I don't give a fuck because I know I can get them, but I just don't care. That's the moment they just all start coming to me. Anyway, you can say you are handsome, all that stuff, you're fit, all that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of handsome guys and they don't get any pussies. They don't get any girls, let's be honest about it. And it's the same thing with trading. When I really wanted to make profits from trading, I didn't get any. In fact, I actually blow accounts. First when I started. I still blow accounts now. But it's not like before, I can't make profits. I make profits. And I remember that moment when I was on the breaking point. I would say that's the breaking point where I was like, you know what? Trading doesn't working out for me. It's been a year and a half or over a year that time, and I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't working out for me. I keep losing challenges, and I'm not making profits, and it's frustrating. It's dragging me down. Like, I feel like a loser. Literally feel like a loser, and I really wanted it. I really wanted it, that profits. I really wanted to pass the challenge, and it's just keep going away from me. And I break. I'll be honest to you. I break, bro. I literally break, and I said, you know what? Maybe I should quit. Maybe I should just quit and just move on. And I sort of quit, but I didn't really quit. Like, I'm done with trading. I took a break for like a day, I believe, or 2 days. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't even care anymore. It's just, how do I put this into words? If I pass, great. If I don't pass, well, too bad. I'm gonna have to buy another evaluation and pass, or try to pass again. But I don't care about the outcome when I enter a trade. So I didn't. So I purchased evaluation and I found my trade, my A+ setup, meaning all time frames were in sync, all my strategy, all my entry point was aligned, everything as it's supposed to be. By the way, if you don't have that, then you need to work on that. You need to, find some strategy and work on first strategy. If you're just starting out, you need to learn the strategy, obviously, learn reading the market. But once you have that already sorted out, once you already know what to do and all this stuff, then you're good. Then it comes to the psychology. So I said to myself, I don't care about the outcome of the trades. I'm just gonna enter the trade and I'm gonna go by my day and I will come back to in the evening. And I enter the trade, and I usually risking with evaluation, I risk much more than with my funded accounts, because obviously you wanna treat your evaluations as not as seriously as you're funded. If you're funded, obviously it's not a real money, but you can treat it as a real money because you can make profits, right? So I'm risking about 2 to 3% on a step 1, and I'm risking around 2%, 2.5% on a step 2. Once I pass that, I don't risk more than 0.5%. If the trade is really good, maybe I risk 0.75 or even 1% on the funded account. But from my experience, every time I risk 1% on funded account, I blow it sooner or later. So 0.5%, I think it's reasonable, even 0.25% on funded account. So anyway, so I did step 1 and under the trade, went by my day, come back that evening, it was in a loss, and it was keep going into the loss. Now another thing to come, I didn't even care moving my stop loss. I didn't care if I hit the stop loss. Do you understand what I mean? Because I did it before, and I'm sure a lot of you did that too. I'm looking at you in the camera. You sitting or laying down in your bed watching me now. I know you did that. You move your stop loss to break even, or you shorten your stop loss just so you don't lose that much as you were originally risking. How many of you, or you basically, because you're watching it alone, you did that? I did that. I'm guilty as charged. You calculate your risk. Let's say you have a 100K account and you calculate your risk and you say, all right, I'm gonna risk 1%, $1,000, and then you enter the trade and the trade's going against you. Like you enter along, the trade's going against you, and it breaks the previous structure, and it's halfway through the stop loss, and you think to yourself, you know what? If it breaks below this structure, it's properly in validation anyway. So let me just short the stop loss so I don't lose 1%, but I only lose 0.7% or 0.5%, right? Whatever it might be. And sure enough, you shorten the stop loss, or I did shorten the stop loss previously. And next thing you know, it stops you out and then turn around literally just to stop you out and then skyrocket and go in your favor. It happened to me so many times. And that moment, when I was talking about the first example, actually, I didn't move my stop loss. I left it there. I'm trading swing trading, so I did on daily. I put my stop loss under the previous structure on the daily, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This is the amount I'm risking, and if it falls below this daily, that's definitely in violation. I will not moving my stop loss anywhere, and I just left my laptop. I went to the beach, come back in the evening. And sure enough, as already said, it was somewhere halfway. I remember this moment, halfway through the stop loss. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to be shorting the stop loss. I will let it run as I'm supposed to, because I hold my trades over days, sometime in a week, even an entire week. And next day I'd wake up halfway through the TP. So I just stopped caring and taking trading so seriously and start making profits. As simple as it sounds. I'm gonna show you this trade. I currently don't have much internet here because I'm in a high floor, and for whatever reason this Wi-Fi here in this apartment in Airbnb doesn't work for now. But I'm gonna show you. I was in this trade. Is this gonna load? Let me see. It was EuroCAD. It was last week, so this is loading. Doesn't show you. Does show you. So this is my 50k step 1 evaluation, and I can't show you on a trading view because I don't have internet, but it loads on my MT5. And this is the entry, and this is where I closed it because it was Friday and I couldn't let it run to my TP because Alpha Capital Group evaluation doesn't let me hold the trades over the weekend, so I had to close it. So, but look, H4, this is where I place my stop loss below this previous lows, which was on a daily. And then look, if you look at the H4 looks healthy, right? You would say, oh, let's just run, let's keep it running. And then, but look at the 1 hour. If you understand market structure, if you understand what is bullish and bearish, then you will look at this 1 hour and you can see that it was bullish on 1 hour, and then we broke the previous lows, the higher lows on 1 hour. We broke below, so it's basically invalidation on the 1 hour, right? So you would say, you know what, let's just close this trade and let's move on. And I was this close to actually close the trade on Friday, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna hold it. And if it's gonna, because I was risking 2%, and I was thinking to myself, it's either gonna hit my stop loss, or it's gonna go my TP, or I'm gonna have to close it because obviously the weekend. And what time was this? Doesn't show you time where I am now, but I let it run. I went for dinner, I came back, and this thing literally turned around and went in my favor, just because I didn't care and I didn't take it so seriously, because end of the day, it is not your money. If you're trading prop firms, of course. If you have live accounts, different story. But prop firms, it's not your money. You pay $100, $300, $400 for the account, and then you're not trading your money. So why would you care so much? Do you understand? Why would you care so much of risking that amount? It's not even real money. It's just demo. Like, you just pay someone. This account cost me $170, $160, something like that. And of course I can deposit into my live account, but I will have to risk like half or 3/4 of that account to actually make some solid profit. I pay $170 for 50k. I have a drawdown limit of 8%, I believe. 8%. Yeah, 8%, which is 4k. So basically, I pay someone $170 to get $4,000 to trade with. It's not a real money, but if you calculate it, it's really 4,000. It's not a 50,000. That's the buying power or selling power, but you only have really 4k to trade with, if you get what I mean. And so why would you take it so seriously? Just let it be. Just go for dinner, go for breakfast, go for a ride on a scooter if you are somewhere in Asia like me, or if you're in the States, in America or UK, go for a drive in a car, or go pool or something, do something, distract yourself, because the more you spend time on the chart, the more you keep looking on the chart, like I just explained that situation where it just broke below the previous higher lows on the 1 hour. Even that's not what you're trading, you will just close the trade because you are on that chart. You get what I mean? If you made it until end of this video, you're one of a kind. And if you're interested to learn the boring trading system, a link is down below in the description. And I'll see you there. Stay handsome, stay sharp, stay patiently waiting for your trades, and don't deviate from your trading strategy. Until next time, my friend,